Okay, welcome to week 7, everybody. So this is now the week after midterms. That means we're on the downward slope. Everything we take from this point forward is going to be on the final, so make sure you pay particular close attention to these items. And let's see, so this week, you're already watching the video here, so we're starting on the emotional intelligence video, which is actually pretty neat because most of what the first two chapters, the first section of the emotional intelligence book is about kind of the anatomy of the brain and how emotions are even possible with our brain. So you can kind of think of how we compare to maybe say a dog or something as far as why we're able to exhibit our emotions a little differently and kind of what those mean for us. Anyways, check out this lecture video. This isn't one that I've created, but it was one that I liked, and rather than just kind of recreating the wheel and just basically repeating everything this video says, I figured I would just use the video because it's one that I like. So go ahead and take a look at this video after you, of course, read the, sorry, I got to pop up over here, after you read the part 1 of emotional intelligence, and then after you do those, go ahead and start on week 7, the whole group discussion. Really what I'm asking in this whole group discussion is, why do you think we don't use emotional intelligence when we're making large-scale organizational decisions? So think about, like, the specifics that I use are actually like college and businesses. Those two will often give people IQ tests, but they won't give them an emotional intelligence test. So I guess I'm asking why. Why do you think we do that? And then, do you think we should? Do you think we should maybe use the emotional intelligence rather than IQ test, or maybe should we use both? And then last but not least, I asked the question of how would you measure emotional intelligence? How would you, I mean, unless you read further in the book, you might have a better idea, but if you, based on the first 2 chapters, and you know, the limited knowledge that we have from those 2 chapters, what would you do to measure emotional intelligence? So basically, in 250 words or more, go ahead and post your answers to these questions here. I think there's 4 questions here, is that right? 1, 2, 3, yeah, there's 4 questions. So in 250 words or more, answer those 4 questions, and then make sure you go back to one other person's response, read that response, and then give them a reply in 100 words or more. So it's basically a 350-word assignment. So do that, and once you've done that group discussion, my computer's really slow today, by the way, there we go. Once you do that, that's 1 assignment down, only 2 more to go. The other ones are pretty easy. What we're looking for in the field study recap, I actually have a whole video that explains this assignment, the lens for the field study. This recap field study video, that explains the lens for field study analysis. It explains that assignment. But in short, basically I'm just looking for you to choose a theory that you'll use to analyze your observation. Other than that, we're also working on the thesis. Now, we're not actually writing the paper per se, but we're getting the first step out of the way. We're going to create the thesis that we're going to use to be the summary, or basically be the heart of your field study paper. And so in this video here, I explain how to write a thesis. And so if you've taken my class before, it's basically just an explanation of the SOAR acronym that I made up. So if you're familiar with that, you may not necessarily need to watch the video. If you want to watch it for a recap, go for it. Also, if you feel comfortable writing your own thesis, then that's fine. You don't necessarily need to watch the video prior to writing your thesis, but it is there to help. I do walk everybody through creating an actual functioning thesis. So if you need help in that arena, then go ahead and watch that video. If not, then disregard. But either way, you still have to do the assignment, the thesis for the field study essay. So anyways, go ahead and submit your thesis there, and that's all the assignments for this week. So if you have any questions, of course, email, phone call, text, and I will be sure to get with you. Now I am, let's see, for week 7, no, I'm back in the country by week 7. This is actually like week 5 where I'm recording these videos, because I'm going to Mexico. So if you contact me during week 6, well, that's already over. You probably already figured out that I was on the beach during those times. But anyways, have a good week.